Hello everyone, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Welcome to UDAAN Deepak YouTube channel and I am Deepak. So let us begin with what discussion of most important. So I will be discussing all the important 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 and 4 mark questions, and this will be very short video. In 10 minutes I will be finishing. After this I will generalize for 40 minutes. I will take some most important questions, then after that I will finish today's discussion. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಂತು ಚಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಓದಿ, ನಾಳೆನೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನೈತಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋರಿ. ಜೀವನದಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರಾಕತ್ರಿ, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪದ್ಮಶ್ರೀ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾಳೆ ಚಲೋ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ 95% ಮೇಲೆ ನಾ ತರ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅದು ಆಶ್ವಾಸನೆ ಭರವಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೈತಿ ನೀವು ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ do in your life. So not wasting much time, let us begin with what discussion of most important. I can see Sai Krish, Razik Adanu, then baby girl Adare, Dikrut. Sir, tomorrow night I want to join the class. Okay, tomorrow night no issues dear. So naale ellaru maja ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಡ್ದು ಏನೈತಿ maybe Hindi it is, you people can have discussion. ನಾ ಹಿಂದಿ ಏನು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಐತಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವನು ಹಿಂದಿ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡೀಸ್ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಕೈಲಿಂದ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಂದಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಅಷ್ಟೇನು ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, very good dear. Bisti Adanu, then I can see Shreyas, Army, Aisha, Kirtana, Rocky. Yes dear, thank you so much for everyone. Now last agi 10 minutes video it is, so fast agi mugisbidona. See, first point is everyone should know how to draw heart. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಚಲೋ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೈನರು ಚಲೋ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಫಾರ್ 4 mark ಫಾರ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಕೋರಿ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಬ್ರೈನ್, ನೆಫ್ರಾನ್, in this 3 one will come for sure. And last year instead of getting the brain diagram they have asked the properties of ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸೆರೆಬ್ರಮ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಸೆರೆಬೆಲ್ಲಮ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಮೆಡುಲ್ಲಾ, then pons, all parts of the brain you should prepare thoroughly here. Okay, so I hope you people are connecting to me. ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಸಜೆಷನ್ ನನಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ. ದೆನ್ ಈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ದೆನ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಶುಡ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಇನ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡ್ರಾ ವಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಓಪನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಒನ್ಲಿ. Then after that nephron, I'll just share this PDF. I have shared for physics and chemistry. For biology also I will share this PDF. So ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೀವು ರಫ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ when it comes to nephron. Okay, so then this question you can see here, draw the diagram showing the germination of pollen grain on stigma. So ಈ pollen grain ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಹೌ pollen grain, stigma, male gamete, pollen tube, ovary. This question will also come for 3 mark. So you eye the diagram ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Then you should know that the dominant trait here, dominant is capital T, capital T, short is recessive. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್. ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ಮೋನೋ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಆಲ್. ಅ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋನೋ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್. Phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Dihybrid ratio ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ 2 different contrasting character. Genotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1. FN ಜನರೇಷನ್ದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ತಾವು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಏನು ಲೆಟರ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ರಿ ಅದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. F2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ 3 mark. ಮೋನೋ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡೈ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅ ರೌಂಡ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡೈಸ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ರಿಂಕಲ್ ಸೀಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೀವು ರೌಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಂಕಲ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ dihybrid cross, but it is not a dihybrid cross. Remember, this question is from monohybrid cross. So I will tell you how to do. Instead of capital T, small t, they give the letters what? capital and small r. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ round seed ಐತಿ, that is capital R is crossed with small r wrinkled. in F1 generation ಇದರದು ಒಂದು ಬರಬೇಕು, capital R ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇದರದು ಒಂದು ಬರಬೇಕು small r. here round, here capital is round is dominant. so this is F1 generation. F1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಯಲ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್. F1 means ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫೀಲಿಯಲ್ ಒನ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೌಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ದೆನ್ ಈಗ F2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ದಾಗ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. F2 is equal to F1 cross F1, that is self pollinated. you should write what, self pollination ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ಬರೀತೀರಿ F2 cross, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ how will you write this, I'll redraw one more time, then you can write what, this is F2, this is checkerboard. how will you write, capital R small r ಬರೀತೀರಿ. ಸೊ 4 ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, capital R small r, capital R small r. so capital R, then capital R small r, capital R small r, small r. you can see 3 are round. so the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. that is phenotypic ratio. ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಿ, it is 3:1, that is round is to wrinkled. similarly genotypic ratio ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಿ, genotypic ratio. what will you write, genotypic ratio, the pure round, one is pure round, 2 are hybrid round, 1 is pure short. so 1:2:1, like this only you should write in your examination. I hope you people are connecting. if you are, yes dear, so fast agi nanige illi helbeku if you are finding it helpful. then coming to next one, so this is how you should do. then ಇಲ್ಲಿ die hybrid cross ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. see wrinkled yellow, capital R small y, capital Y, it is crossed. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ round green, the question is missing. ಇಲ್ಲಿ round green, capital R, green is small y, wrinkled is recessive, yellow is capital. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ capital R small y ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, small r capital Y. so in F1 generation you will get capital R small r, capital Y small y. that means all plants are round and yellow. you can see here round is dominant, here yellow is dominant. then if you cross you will get 16 table like this. then the plants obtained are 9:3:3:1, round yellow 9, round green 3, wrinkled yellow 3, wrinkled green 1. genotypic ratio is, this is not genotypic, this is phenotypic ratio, 9:3:3:1. then list the functions of following parts of the brain. that is what I need to discuss now. so the following parts of the brain ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. you know what is the forebrain ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, it is the main thinking part of the brain, that is cerebrum, and it is responsible for reasoning, speech, intelligence, sight, hearing, memory and all. remember cerebrum is the main thinking part of the brain, and cerebrum is responsible for reasoning. ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅದು speech, intelligence, sight and hearing. then medulla is what, in the brain, it controls the involuntary actions such as breathing. so for 1 mark question they will ask which part of the brain controls what, breathing, blood pressure etc. and it regulates reflex responses like salivation and vomiting. ನಿಮ್ಮ saliva ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಬೇಕು, vomiting ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, all that will be done. usually involuntary actions are controlled by which part of the brain, ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. medulla controls what, the part that controls the involuntary activities. and you know that ಇಲ್ಲಿ cerebellum ಬರಬೇಕು. you know that cerebellum maintains the body posture and equilibrium of the body. pons control facial expression, mastication and breathing rate. then list the functions of following plant hormones. auxins, you know that auxins helps to grow longer stem, elongation of stem, and it helps in bending the stem towards the light. so you know auxins always grow on the shady part, and due to which the bending of the light takes place, it is because of auxins. gibberellins, it helps in growth of what, stem. cytokinins, you know that it promotes cell division and it helps in rapid division in fruits and seed. Abscisic acid will help, it is inhibit the growth and it includes wilting of leaves. then you can see here different hormones, everything I have explained. so growth hormone, pituitary gland, stimulates growth in all organs. Thyroxine, thyroid gland will secrete, it regulates metabolism in the body. Insulin, pancreas regulates blood sugar level. Testosterone is secreted by testes, helps in formation of sperms. Estrogen is secreted by ovaries, it controls menstrual cycle. Adrenaline is secreted by adrenal gland, preparing the body to face emergency situation. Explain the significant function of each structure in human male reproductive system. So, human male reproductive system alli first yaad bartiti heli testes bartiti. Testes alli formation of male germ cell sperm produce ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. Then secretion of testosterone hormone. Scrotum ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ, the skin pouch. So you can see here in scrotum what will happen here is they regulate temperature necessary for production of sperm. Urethra and vas deferens they transport sperm from testes. Your prostate gland and seminal vesicles they add their secretion to make the transfer of sperm easier, and penis that delivers the sperm to the site of fertilization. These are the things you people should know when it comes to the science here, okay, biology. Then what is the function of ovary and fallopian tube in human female reproductive system? You know that ovary is responsible for formation of sperm cells, germ cells, sorry, formation of germ cell, that is egg or eggs. Then ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ secretion of estrogen hormone ಯಾರು secrete ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದು ovary. Fallopian tube you know that it is a site of fertilization and egg is carried from ovary to womb. Then write one function of each component of transport system. Blood vessels, you know that first one is blood vessel, transport of blood. So second one is platelets, clotting of blood, preventing its loss or leakage. Lymph, now already ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, lymph is a colorless blood. ನೆನಪು ಇಟ್ಕೋರಿ, lymph ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? It is a colorless blood and it carries digested fats, protects from infection or exchange of materials between tissues and blood, drains excessive fluid back to blood. Heart, you know, it is the most pumping organ, it pumps blood to all parts of the body. Then what is phototropism? Photo indicates what? Light. So the movement of plant parts in response to light we call phototropism. Example is sunflower. Geotropism, the movement of plant parts in response to gravity is called geotropism. Example is the root grows with gravity, positive geotropism. The shoot grows against gravity, it is negative geotropism. Then hydrotropism, the growth of plant parts in response to water. The seeds will always grow, the root will always grow towards the water. Chemotropism, the growth of plant parts in response to chemicals. Example, growth of pollen tube towards ovules during fertilization. Then what is the contraception? Explain the different methods of contraception. So contraception andre ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ, avoiding pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy is called as contraception. For that we are having physical barrier method, use of condoms, then chemical methods, use of oral pills, intrauterine device, use of copper T, surgical method, in males it is vasectomy and females it is tubectomy. In males vas deferens is blocked to prevent the sperm transfer called vasectomy. In females fallopian tube is blocked to prevent egg transfer called tubectomy. So namigille heli, out of this four method which is the most effective method? I am asking question to you dear. Genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross, it is very lengthy dear, 1:2:2:4:3:1:1:2:1. So very difficult. So illa genotypic ratio is 1:2:1, total 16 barbeku. So it is very difficult. So nanigille one question heli, out of this four barrier method which is more effective? That is the question I am asking. Ellaru nanigilla answer. Yes, stigmotropism, I missed a sand. Stigmotropism means what? The movement of plant parts in response to touch. Example is touch me not plant. And stigmotropism is what? It is a nastic movement. It is growth independent movement. ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? You call it a nastic movement. Example we can call it is the stigmotropism. Yes, touch me not plant ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Yes dear. So very good. So fast ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ, which is the most effective? Remember ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, which is the most effective type of method to prevent a pregnancy? Remember the first most effective is what? Surgical method. Okay, remember surgical method is the most effective method. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೈತಿ pregnant ಆಗಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Then second, oral pills, you know, it cause a hormonal imbalance and you will get what? Side effects. ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಓರಲ್ ಪಿಲ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಸೈಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಶುಡ್. ಎಸ್ ಡಿಯರ್, ಏನಾರ ಡೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಾನು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, PDF I will send here, how I have sent physics, how I have sent chemistry. Definitely at the end of this session ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಓದಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, then coming to next one. Chromosome inherited from the father determines sex of a child. See, a child who inherits X chromosome from her father will be girl. A child who inherits Y from the father will be boy. Both the boy and girl inherit only X chromosome from mother. Therefore, the sex of the child is determined by father. So, how does uterus prepare to receive the fertilized egg in the woman? What happens if the egg does not get fertilized? Explain. See, you know that every month the uterus will prepare itself to receive the fertilized egg. It makes the inner layer thick and spongy. ಆ ಲೇಯರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಅದು thick and spongy ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. If the egg is not fertilized, it lives for 1 day. ಅದು 1 day ಏನೈತಿ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. If the fertilization does not occur, the lining slowly break. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯೂಟ್ರಸ್ ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. Comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This process we call it as what? Menstruation. Then explain the structure and important role of placenta during gestation period of woman, or what is placenta, write its function. Fixed question, ellaru by heart ಹೊಡಿರಿ. placenta ಬಗ್ಗೆ every year one question ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Yes dear, yes, what are condoms ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಕತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ನೋ ಲೇಟರ್ ಡಿಯರ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ, ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ದ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್. ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಫುಡ್ from the mother's blood with the help of disc shaped special tissue embedded in the uterine wall is called placenta. And you know that glucose and oxygen passes from mother to embryo through placenta and removes the baby whatever the waste which is produced by the baby, it will be removed, removes the waste generated from the embryo through placenta. Then name the sexually transmitted disease. Important, objectively ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So which of the following is a bacterially transmitted disease and which of the following is a viral transmitted disease ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. See, your bacterial transmitted disease are gonorrhea and syphilis, and viral transmitted disease is what? It is warts and HIV. Then coming to what are difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. You know that aerobic respiration that takes place in presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic respiration it takes place in absence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration occurs in cytoplasm and mitochondria, whereas anaerobic respiration occurs only in cytoplasm. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. Then define transpiration. You know that transpiration ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, it is the process of removal of water vapors from the aerial parts of plant, mainly through stomata in the leaves. Transpiration means what? The removal of water from the aerial parts of the plant body with the help of stomata. We call it as what? Transpiration ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, I hope you got what is transpiration. It is the loss of water in the form of water vapor, mainly through stomata. We call it as transpiration. It regulates body temperature, plant body temperature. Explain transportation of food. Explain the transportation of food takes place in phloem, or explain the process of translocation of food materials. You know that food is transmitted with the help of phloem tissue, because phloem is a what? Food conducting tissue. Phloem tissue helps in translocation of photosynthetic product. Phloem tissue with the help of sieve tubes and companion cells transport food in upward and downward direction. You know, both upward ಮತ್ತು downward direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೈತಿ, food travel ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Materials like sucrose enters the phloem and exert pressure. This pressure causes the movement of food to low pressure region. How does transportation of water, water which is a water conducting tissue, xylem is a water conducting tissue, and how does that takes place in hide plant? See, there is a steady movement of water into root xylem, creating a column of water that is steadily pushed upward. And ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ, this is called suction pressure. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಇದು ತಗೋರಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ದಿಯಾ ತಗೋರಿ, ಈ ದಿಯಾ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಆಯಿಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಒಂದು ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ದೀಪ ಯಾವಾಗ ತನ ಬೆಳಿತೈತಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಕ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ಆಯಿಲನ್ನು ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಸಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಇದು ಬೆಳಿತೈತಲ್ರಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಏನೈತಿ ದಿರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರು ಏನೈತಿ ರೂಟ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಲಿ ಪುಷ್ ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇವಾಪೊರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಆಫ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಪುಲ್ಸ್ from xylem cells of the root. Then very important question, what are the methods used by plant to get rid of excretory product? ಅಂದ್ರೆ excretory product ಅನ್ನು ರಿಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Excess of water removed by transpiration, remove oxygen and carbon dioxide through stomata, resins and gums stored in old xylem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ resins and gums in the form of that it will be stored diffusing certain waste into surrounding soil ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೈತಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so yes dear, I hope you people are connecting. Then explain the digestion of food material in stomach and small intestine. You know that in stomach a gastric gland present in the wall of stomach release HCl, pepsin and mucus. In stomach there are three people, you know who are the three people? There is HCl which kills the harmful bacteria present in the food, and HCl also creates acidic medium which facilitate action of pepsin, and pepsin is a protein digesting enzyme, and mucus it protects the inner lining of stomach from acid action. Hingella baribeku. Then you know that it receives pancreatic juice and bile juice, small intestine, and bile juice makes the food alkaline. Bile salts emulsify fats in the small intestine. Trypsin helps to digest the protein. Okay. Then explain the breakdown of glucose by various pathways, or what are the different ways in which glucose is oxidized to give energy. You know that glucose is a 6-carbon molecule. In cytoplasm it will form 3-carbon molecule called pyruvate. In absence of oxygen in anaerobic respiration in yeast cells it will form ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Lack of oxygen in our muscle cells it will form lactic acid plus energy. In presence of oxygen in mitochondria of the cell, carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Explain the stages of double circulation of blood in humans. This question has come in 2022. Oxygen rich blood from the lungs come to the left atrium. When the left atrium relaxes and contracts and the blood gets transferred to left, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ, left side oxygenated, right side deoxygenated blood. So when the left ventricles contract, the blood is pumped out through the aorta. Deoxygenated blood comes from body to right atrium. As the right atrium contracts, the blood transferred to right ventricle. On contraction of right ventricle, in your own words with the help of diagram you can able and capable to answer this one. Then how the functions of arteries, veins and capillaries are interrelated in circulation of blood. Arteries carry, you know, A for arteries, A for away. As I already said before, arteries are the blood vessels which will carry the blood away from the heart. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ arteries ಐತಿ A for away. So arteries carry the blood away from the heart to various organ. On reaching to the organ tissue, the artery divides into smaller and smaller vessels, bring the blood in contact with the individual cells. Exchange of material between the blood and the surrounding takes place here. The capillaries then join them together to form what? Veins. And veins are the blood vessels. You know veins. Veins are the blood vessels which will carry the blood into the heart. Okay. Then write the difference between xylem and phloem. See here at least 2-3 difference you should write. See, you know xylem. Xylem is a water conducting tissue, whereas phloem is a food conducting tissue. Xylem only it is unidirectional from root to all parts of the plant body. Phloem it is bidirectional, both upward and downward. Xylem works with the suction pressure, whereas phloem works with what? Osmotic pressure. Difference between arteries and veins. Arteries are the blood vessels which will carry the blood away from the heart. See the word artery, oxygen rich blood away from the heart. Veins are the blood vessels which will carry the blood into the heart. And arteries are having thick and elastic walls, whereas veins are having thin walled here. Then explain the structure and function of nephron. So each kidney has large number of filtration units called nephron. They are packed close together. Then function of nephron is the blood is reaching kidneys by renal artery. Here filtration takes place by glucose, amino acids and salts. They are reabsorbed in this case. What is vegetative reproduction and what are its advantages? See the development of new plant from parts like root, stem and leaves under appropriate conditions in the ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಷನ್. ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಆಸ್ banana nodiri, the one which is seedless, you can grow with the help of this. So seedless plants you can grow with the help of this. These plants can bear flowers and fruit earlier than those produced from seed. They are genetically similar. Differentiate between self pollination and cross pollination. See, transfer of pollen grain on stigma of same flower, we call it as self pollination. If the transfer of pollen from stamen to stigma happens between two different flowers, we call it as cross pollination. And how is pollination different from fertilization? You know that pollination is transfer of pollen grain from stamen to stigma, whereas fertilization is nothing but what? It is fusion of male and female gametes. So it is an external process, whereas fertilization is an internal process. Due reason why testes are located outside the abdominal cavity. You know that sperm production requires what? Lower temperature than the normal body temperature. Then the lining of uterus become thick every month. Why? Why the lining of uterus become thick every month? Because to receive the nurture and nourish the growing embryo. ಏನು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹುಡ್ತಾವಲ್ರಿ ಅವು ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತೇಳಿ ಏನೈತಿ ಇದು ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Name the glands which add their secretion to sperm. List two functions of this two secretion. You know that prostate gland and seminal vesicles are the associated glands who will add their secretion to the sperm, and it provides nutrition to the sperm. Spermiಗೆ ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ ಊಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡೋದು ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೈತ್ರಿ? ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರು. It makes the transport of sperm easier through fluid medium. How do Mendel's experiments show that traits may be dominant or recessive? You should use your monohybrid cross. Mendel took tall and short pea plants. On cross pollination he got all the tall plants in first generation. By self pollination of F1 tall plant he got tall and short plant in ratio 3:1. On the basis of this experiment, the characteristics appear in F1 generation were dominant, and the characteristics did not appear weak. We call it as recessive gene. What a dominant gene? The gene which gets expresses in the particular generation, we call it as dominant gene. The gene which does not get expresses but it is hidden, we call it as what? Recessive gene. Then according to Mendel, what are dominant and recessive traits? See, the trait which is visible in first generation, which are visible andre ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ, which are expresses in first generation, we call it as dominant trait. The trait which is not visible in F1 generation, we call it as recessive trait. What is dihybrid cross? So write the ratio of the plant obtained in F2 generation, Mendel's hybridization experiment. If the parents showing two different characteristics as cross, then it is called dihybrid cross. Ratio is 9:3:3:1. Then what is trophic level? Each step or level of food chain is called as what? Trophic level. What is biological magnification? Process that involves magnification, increase in harmful chemicals at different trophic levels. We call it as eco biomagnification. Then you can see the example for this here, trophic level, grass, rabbit, wildcat, tiger. Briefly explain formation of ozone in the atmosphere. You know that the higher UV radiation split apart some molecular oxygen O2 into free oxygen O. These atoms then combine with molecular oxygen to form ozone. Then due reason, protecting of ozone layer is necessary. Yadakari, why ozone layer is necessary? Because you know that ozone layer shields the surface of earth from UV radiation from the sun. This radiation is highly damaging to organisms, so for that purpose we should have what? The ozone layer which is protecting the sun. Then nowadays CFC free refrigerators are being manufactured. Yadakan kelidare. You know that CFCs are responsible for decreasing amount of ozone layer which protects the earth from UV rays of the sun. Then depletion of ozone layer is cause of a concern. Why? See, whatever questions I am highlighting now much important. Yes dear. See, ozone layer acts as a protective shield by preventing harmful UV radiations from entering the Earth's surface. Hence, depletion of ozone layer is a cause of concern. Explain how ozone affects the ecosystem. You know that ozone ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ skin ಎಲ್ಲ burn ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, incidences of skin cancer and herpes. Then incidences of cataract, ಕಣ್ಣು ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿತ್ತಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೋರಿ, ಕಣ್ಣು cataract ಆಗಿ ಕಣ್ಣು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವು. Then global warming. Decomposers play an important role in ecosystem. So decomposers break down the dead remains. So you know decomposers, they break down the organic substances into complex organic substances into simple inorganic substances. These substances are used up once more by plant. Then difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. You know that biodegradable waste are those which can be biodegraded by biological process. Example is bacteria and fungi. These are not biodegradable by microorganism. They do not get biologically magnified in food chain. Andre pollution create madangilla. This enter into food chain and gets biologically magnified. Then what is fission here? You can see fission means what the plant cell divides into two or more daughter cells. Binary fission, exactly two. Example is amoeba. Multiple fission, many cells are formed. Example is plasmodium. Fragmentation, the organism breaks up into smaller pieces upon maturation, each piece growing into new individual. Example for fragmentation is Spirogera. Regeneration, if the organism is somehow cut, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ fragmentation ಮತ್ತು regeneration ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ. ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ತಂತಾನ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ಕೂಳೆ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ವೇರ್ ಆಸ್ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಯಾರ ಬಂದು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೇ ಶುಡ್ wait for some organisms to come and cut. See, if the organism is somehow cut or broken into many pieces, each piece grows into complete organism. Example, planaria and hydra. Budding you should see is hydra. Bud is formed with develops into tiny individual. It detaches from parent upon maturation. ಅದು ತಂತಾನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಕಡೆ ಏನೈತಿ ಒಂದು ಬಡ್ ಬೆಳಿತೈತಿ, ಆ ಬೆಡ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ತಂತಾನ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ upon maturation and develops into new individual. Such an example we call it as hydra. These are the questions you should remember. What all questions I have done you should remember. With this I just finish my session on this. Then I will come up with all the important questions in 9:30. As I said, I will finish, so I just finish it very early. So let us not waste much time. So I will come up with last session. It will be for 20-30 minutes. So with that entire science class I will finish. Then ಏನಾರ ಡೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ವೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 minute. ಸೊ ಏನಾರ ಡೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. Yes dear, all the important questions I have said everyone should remember. PDF I will send here. Whatever the classes I have taken, you ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಚಂದಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ರಿ, here only you can score more than 70. For 10 marks they will ask some application level questions. Activities ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ, 4 ಮಾಡಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದಿ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮಿಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇಂದ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. ದೆನ್ PDF I will send here. ನಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ hanga biology no I will send now. Yes, thank you so much. I hope you people are learning. Yes, ellargu. Yes, Abhay, you can definitely score. Mohit sir, fixed questions. These are the fixed questions. Mohit, Fatima, yes dear, Akash, Yuvraj, Kasturi. The next session alli barteni. I will come up with the most important question. So ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಇನ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, you remember LORD there, LORD LORD, left side oxygenated, right side deoxygenated blood ಅಂತ ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Yes, so Shivaprasad, Omkar, yes dear, king of all time, thank you so much dear. See, I see so much, thank you so much for so much contribution, and many people have contributed through UPI ID and the QR code. Thank you so much, heartfelt thank you to those who all contributed a small amount. And in return I need one thing. If you are getting useful with the videos, I request everyone to send a small video of 30 to 40 seconds. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಸೆಲ್ಫಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಏನೈತಿ in any Snapchat ಆಯಿತು ಎದರಲ್ಲಿನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ, so you can just make a small video and you can send to me. Okay, the video save ಮಾಡಿ send ಮಾಡಿ, so that I can see that you people are learning out of it. Okay, ನೀವು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ I will be immensely very happy to see such a live discussion. Okay, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಪ್ಪದೇ ಕಳಿಸಿ. Okay, so at the 25 to 30 second video is sufficient, so that that valuable feedback will add value to my next upcoming sessions when I come up for your juniors, for you in later. It will be helpful dear. Okay, so yes dear, so next session I will start in 10 minutes. So ellaru id ಮಾಡಿ, those will be very important questions. So adella ella very important and not take much time for that. 30 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಬೈ 10:15 ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. Mariam, in 10 minutes I am coming dear. Then Rohini is there. Hello. Dikrut sir, which district? Hubli, Dharwad district dear. Hubballi Dharwad ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Dharwad, Hubli is in Dharwad district dear. Okay, so yes dear, thank you so much. So I'll just finish my session. ಏನಾರ ಡೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿ. ಧಾರವಾಡ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹುಬ್ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಡಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಕುಲ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ PDF ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ದೆನ್ ಎಸ್ ಸಾಧನಾ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್ ಡಿಯರ್. ದೆನ್ ಸಂಗಮೇಶ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಡಿಯರ್. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಒನ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾವು. ಎಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಯರ್. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬೇಡ ಡಿಯರ್ ಜನಾರ್ದನ, ನೀವು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಓದಬೇಕು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ನಿಮಗೂ ಅದು ಹೆಕ್ಟಿಕ್. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹಿಡಿಬೇಡಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಮೈಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಆಗೊಂದು ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸಲ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಸೊ ಎಸ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ನಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಸಾಕು. ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಆಲ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಪ್ ಇಡ್ಕೋರಿ, 80ಯಲ್ಲಿ 80 ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಗೋತೀರಿ. ಆ ಭರವಸೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಾಕು. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಎಸ್ ಡಿಯರ್, ಎಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಇನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೇ ಟ್ಯೂನ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ.